Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Your folks might understand you by and by. And from time to time, complication.
All right, guys. Yes, last night I was pure unadulterated chaos right then for Champions League match day 8. Of course, 8 wins out of 8 games for Arsenal. And yes, of course, football madness as well also happened right there in Portugal. Talking about the game between Benfica up against Real Madrid. I know from the loss by Real Madrid, obviously, won't go in order to secure, their I'm trying to Ukrainian goalkeeper exactly, Tᴜɪ̀nᴛ having to go out as stages via the playoffs. Welcome, guys, to the Thursday edition of Sport Cruise on 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Where a lot of things for us to talk about on the show. The Ocean Open as well is also on the table. By tomorrow, we have a couple of clashes that will be going down tomorrow. The top 2 will be up as well as world number 6. That's Alexander Zverev as well as 24-time Grand Slam champion. Talking about Novak Djokovic. Well, for Novak Djokovic as well, don't forget that in the 4th round he had a walkover, and then in the quarterfinal, despite stands by tomorrow is going to be Jannik Sinner up against Novak Djokovic, and then Alexander Zverev with also of games decided in the Nigeria Premier Football League. It was derby day right here in Lagos at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena. Talking about Ikorodu City up against 1 minute exactly. Yes, of course, on the table as well for today, we would also get to talk about the UEFA Europa League. It looks like Aston Villa, could maybe should be identified as UEFA Europa League favorite for the UEFA Champions League. Well, they'll be up in action later today. We'll also get to talk about some transfer stories as well. Crystal Palace have also officially agreed the sum of £50 million for Wolverhampton, falling heavily on Senegal as well as Morocco. CAF has also decided to be in Morocco. So welcome, guys, to the show. Yes, of course, just like I mentioned, the Thursday edition. And as a tradition, as we're also for the first time, this is Sports Cruise again as a Thursday edition of the show. My name is Adetoma Banjo, also known as Agbatman. Of course, you also know as well that I know on Thursdays, ᴏᴜᴛ Akínyẹ̀dé, that's the man they also call as a reporter. I know stays at the other side of the table, and together we get to analyze all that happened or all that happened in the ever fascinating, ever interesting. Was also decided to come all the way from Kaduna down to Lagos to get to what's it called now? Bring him into the show as well very, very quickly. But before I do that, let me just hear from ᴜᴜᴛ.
There's no way we leave what happened yesterday. Solid day. Good to have you guys join us on the show. The only reason why you probably not really, you won't know how it feels. If you're a Real Madrid fan, it's a night you want to forget. The fact that Benfica understood the game. I think they always say that form may be temporary, but good. At Tottenham Hotspur, it had not worked out at Fenerbahce.
At Roma.
He still has his clutch card. It worked out at Roma. He gave them their first
the Conference League
ever European trophy in their
history.
But
the end was quite bad.
Europa League for them ended badly. It ended badly.
At Madrid as well.
Qualified Tottenham Hotspur for their first trophy. They sacked him 6 days to the
final.
So his experience had always ended badly. He went to Madrid. Madrid have not won the Spanish league in 3 seasons. Barcelona won twice. Atletico Madrid won. He's always had the magic, and he brought it up yesterday. The last kick of the game, away at home against Real Madrid. They knew they needed. See, at the start of the season, I was telling you that if Arsenal wins the league this season, their last game of the season will be at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. So imagine with Arsenal wins, writers and enthusiasts like us, it's something that we live for.
Yeah.
And yesterday night was one of such.
Exactly.
Also, Mourinho
what's the reason for that?
Last kick of the game, and Mourinho said, "Relax, I'm the special one."
Let Tᴜɪ̀nᴛ go up.
And that yesterday night was the best night of the FA Champions League this season.
Exactly.
Because that fourth goal not only gave Benfica a win,
exactly.
It took them to the last. Man U fan would not understand what
defeated Arsenal. That was over the weekend. So the guy has been posting content back to back. You understand? So he now got to Tuesday. No, Wednesday. Sorry. So from Manchester United what's it called?
Just not gotten used to the new pattern of the Champions League. But for nights like yesterday, when all of the games were played simultaneously, the viewing center, I'm sure you saw the video on my WhatsApp status.
I saw it.
The viewing center I watched the game yesterday, they had 6 TVs on.
That was crazy.
6. So we were watching Madrid, and then the TVs were some were big, some were small. So because Chelsea Napoli game was a big game.
It was also a big game.
That was what at the center, and there were more Chelsea fans in that place. Then there was also Manchester City and Galatasaray. A lot of us wanted to say a golden boy, Victor Osimhen.
Exactly.
So whoever felt like it's probably somebody's checking. And halftime yesterday, one of the I'm sure a lot of people that already played Arsenal 2 point whatever they logged it. So yesterday was boom. Considered only 2 goals the entire 7 games.
Exactly, it's a stadium. They showed a good perception of themselves as well.
You know, even though Arteta changed the entire 11, but Kai Havertz came in, man of the match.
He's going to go a long way.
Well, Frimpong again
has also been injured. On the first edition. Is someone who actually came from Kaduna to the city of Lagos. Interstate. And he has said to just great.
I think he has recapped everything about what happened in the Champions League, in the World of
Conference League.
Yesterday he showed, and like everything that happened yesterday, then the icing on the cake was the Benfica Real Madrid. That was what every media person, sports media, has captured it, and there are different stories to it, different dimensions.
And you know what happened? I saw a footage of Real Madrid's goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois.
Went to hug him.
That was a awesome moment. That was class.
The goal.
That was class.
There were how many goals were scored yesterday? 6 goals.
6 goals in the game.
And the person that scored the best goal.
The best goal.
Mbappe parade yesterday.
Well, Mbappe has also made history. Yesterday's brace took him to 13 goals there for Champions League. Also breaking in the UEFA groups. Also breaking Ronaldo's record of. I would definitely want to have that. What's it called? Sit into the conversation. We'll allow you guys that opportunity, and we'll get to also talk about some other sports. So this is still Sports Cruise on 98.3 FM, the Sound of Lagos. Please go nowhere.
Into mainland 98.3 FM, the Sound of Lagos.
Are you ready for the development we've all been asking for? The wait is over. The Global Clusters present the 37 Million Youth Digital Literacy Empowerment Initiative, part of the 1 Billion Youth Digital Literacy Empowerment Initiative. This initiative is designed to empower you with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in today's digital world. Here is how to join. Download the Spark Hub app on Google Play Store for Android users, or visit www.thesparkhubs.org on Safari for iPhone users. Sign up and don't forget to leave a good rating. Explore our courses, including how to become a digital entrepreneur and innovative mind, mastering creative thinking for success. Connect with like-minded individuals, share your thoughts, and be part of the conversation shaping our future. Also remember to share this opportunity with loved ones, family, and friends. For more inquiries, call 0706 628 1841 or 0802 643 9239. Developments we are all craving for is here. Join the movement today.
OneXBet stands with the fans. AFCON returns with passion, pride, and unforgettable moments. Football is more than a game. It's who we are. Play on OneXBet or in the app. Use promo code NGAF1 to get your bonus. The game won't start without the official partner, OneXBet. 18 plus. Play responsibly.
Happy New Year, we rise again. New goals, new strength beginning. Forward always, side by side. Polaris pump before your ride.
Happy New Year from Poland Dreams for you and your family. Begin the new year with smart, secure banking. Download Vault today on Google.
Specially formulated to make your clothes look and smell amazing. It's with 2 times perfume, so every wash releases a burst of long-lasting fragrance. It's soft on clothes with color guard that leaves you feel the pink with So Clean. The number one pink
2025-2026 academic year. Good news for you.
The Broadcast Art Institute ND Ikorodu, Lagos is offering you the opportunity to study for the National Diploma in Mass Communication and Multimedia Technology. If you scored 100 and above in your UTME and have 5 relevant O-level credits, you're qualified.
Hurry to the JAM portal and change your institution to Broadcast Art Institute ND Ikorodu, Lagos and secure your admission.
BAI is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education NBTE. Hostel facilities available on request.
For further details, visit our office, Treasure Island Estate, opposite NMPC Fueling Station, Bayeko Road, Igbogbo, Ikorodu, Lagos, or visit our website at www.bai.edu.ng or call 0806 149 99.
There's topmost learning facility.
You don't Google. Global clusters don't set table for one ogbonge initiative wey dem call the 37 million youth digital literacy empowerment, wey dey part of the 1 billion youth digital empowerment. That one come mean say dem get target to empower plenty youth for digital skills. And how you wan take dey make am for this digital world? Now to just download the Spark Up app for Google Play Store for people wey dey use Android, or make you go www.thesparkups.org on top Safari for iPhone users dem and make you sign up. You fit explore the courses wey dey our app. This one na correct opportunity to connect with people wey sabi road na, to dey share ideas and be part of the conversation wey dey shape our future. No procrastinate o, no dey wait for person. Download the Spark Up app and start to dey make am happen. For more tori, you fit call this number 0706 628 1841 or 0802 643 9239.
True word not be cheek, my brother.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Oh, yes! He's done it! That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Mainland 98.3 FM. The Cruise will bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set, go! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth or.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher.
School. My name is WG %. Okay, carry your pen. Carry your paper. Hey. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Hey. Multiply. Many times plenty. Multiply. Multiply. The answer you get now waiting. They make come and they cry. The answer you get. And then no be join Jamba Jansi.
From mathematical calculations as well as permutations right there in the UEFA Champions League. Welcome back to the show. This is Sports Cruise on 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos, of course, as our tradition on 98.3 FM. One of the songs that we play, yes, of course, are old school songs, songs that we done back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, as well as the early 2000s. That's how we decided to play with the mathematics from the legend himself, talking about SᴏᴜnSAᴘᴘ may his soul continue to rest in peace. But I mean, let's just leave all of that very quickly and then talk about the Australian Open. Of course, the first Grand Slam of the year. Semi-final exactly between Jannik Sinner, up against Novak Djokovic is going to be tomorrow morning, as well as Djokovic up against Jannik Sinner is going to be by 9:30 p.m. Tomorrow. And as a matter of fact, we also have the final of the women's singles also reached our fourth Australian Open final in a row. Don't forget as well that last time out, she was defeated by Madison Keys in the Australian Open final back in 2025. But let's just leave that very quick and then talk a little bit about the semi-finals that will be slated for tomorrow. It's going to be, they've won 6 out of their last 12 previous meetings. They splitted to defeating because Alexander Zverev's serve is what has proved to be very, very difficult for Carlos Alcaraz. What exactly are we looking forward to in that game?
Everything. And I think it takes us back to what I've been saying in the past few months. I understand the big competitions and then the old call for upsets and dark horses and all of that. But I've always said it. A top flight sport competition could be wrong about, could be said to be wrong about the last AFCON. But the fact that we had 4 of the top 5 ranked teams in Africa making it to the semi-final, the number 1 and the number 2 ranked football team in Africa making it to the final as well. The team that got to the semi-final of the last FIFA World Cup making it to the final of the AFCON. Senegal also that won one of the last 3 AFCONs made it to the final. No disrespect to the Minos, but
they're not forgetting the African best players.
Exactly, also been there. See what I love when I'm seeing at the AO, the first Grand Slam of the year. A lot of these people are ready. The fans are paying millions to cross from different part of the world into Australia to watch it and all of that. And I think a lot of it's going to be Novak Djokovic because Zverev is also going to get big.
The both of them have won the last 3 Grand Slam titles.
Yes.
One of the reasons why the Australian Open is the first slam. So one of the things I figured about this particular Australian Open is the top players have actually reached the semi-finals. That works for him. I think is still working for him. Is
Zverev.
Yes. Then, secondly, he has played with Carlos Alcaraz didn't quite it at all. But Djokovic
has lied of his game, against Jannik Sinner. It's going to be tomorrow by but it's not a serious game. Don't forget,
he mentioned
the fourth round.
He mentioned that Musetti will have sent him.
Musetti was also 2 set offending champion as well at the Australian Open. Do you think?
I say it will be a game of like minds. Is both Djokovic and Jannik Sinner play almost similar and all that. So it will be. I think age will be on Sinner's side, but experience will be on Joker's side. But again, at the end of the day, yes,
that fan.
Yeah.
So I feel
it's always like that. That when you like Nadal,
you naturally like Carlos Alcaraz.
Anybody. It's Roger or nobody. I used to be a big fan of Stan Wawrinka because they train together.
I think Roger Federer just had a different class in his generation. He was also at that top level, consistent. I think if you look at Roger Federer, I think on and off the court he's so respected that he's just in a world of his own. So
exactly.
It's difficult
to
exactly
like that.
If you look at Rafael Nadal, they call him the king. Carlos Alcaraz does. For going to be experience versus youthfulness, and for Jannik Sinner, I think I understand where you're there and you have to let go. But
so his body's good. His body's going to be repaired well
I don't think so. I think he just probably had gotten a well-deserved rest that will probably keep him fresh for what is coming.
Exactly.
But me, for the love of good tennis, for the love of the things that I hold dear.
So are you now saying that
between both of them, and that's what what I'm feeling safe about?
Yeah.
The future of tennis
is safe.
A lot of us had fears that if he didn't give as much consistency as I would have expected. I think he's got so much talent, but the dominance of but the level at which Ronaldo and Messi was wild, was crazy.
Well, before we also leave tennis as well very quickly, British top seed that's Emma Raducanu has now officially splitted with our coach Francis Roig, after our exit from the Australian Open. Let's just leave that very quickly and then talk about, the AMA that's now fallen heavily on both Morocco as well as Senegal. Well, CAF has now finally issued sanctions following the 2025 AFCON final chaos that happened, a couple of weeks ago. Well, Morocco's appeal to be declared as AFCON $100,000 for the stadium boys misconduct. They've also been fined $100,000 for players and staff invading the RRA. They've also been fined a sum of $15,000 for fans' use of lasers. We have Achraf Hakimi, who has been fined for 2 CAF matches, with one suspended for the time being of a full year. While at the popular towel thief, that's Football Federation, for the fines, they've been fined $300,000 for their supporters' improper conduct. They've also been fined dollars for the 5 yellow card infractions in the final. So for total fines for Senegal Football Federation, it amounts to $615,000, and for the suspensions, which is in addition of $100,000 fine, while players Iliman Ndiaye and Ismail Assar have also been banned for 2 CAF matches each. Okwemi, as well as Ayokla. I mean, obviously, is that enough punishment for both sides?
I don't know. I don't know if there's ever going to be enough punishment. But I've stood on this ground long enough. Different platforms. I've tried to avoid, picking out the negatives from that AFCON. I understood what happened in the final. We've seen it at different times. Even at World Cup final, we've seen reactions like this. But I think the fines is just to send the right signal: win today, lose tomorrow, lose tomorrow, win today system. That's so you'd understand maybe their reaction and all of that. But I think the fines are okay, relatively cheap, but the ban is what I have reservation about. The one they gave Achraf Hakimi, one will be active, one will be suspended over the next 1 year. Why is it that the Senegalese, they suspended their manager for five games?
Yeah, exactly.
The AFCON.
So, Ayo, very, very quickly as well, there's a popular saying that there's no PR is bad PR.
Yeah, it's no PR is
what we
trying to make it look and all that. Just in 2009, Steve Bruce told his players in an FA Cup is not, but again, this is CAF sending a message saying this shouldn't continue. Yes, we saw what we call African heritage, our own
exactly.
African heritage.
Our football is our football. Nobody can set the standard of our football.
Excellently as hosting.
In terms of hosting, exactly.
Yes, in terms of hosting, like the facility. If you can put it in perspective, they did what we couldn't do. They did what Nigeria couldn't do in the semis.
They did what Cameroon.
This should happen frequently or something of that sort. But again, they stood by what they felt was right.
6,410. And apart from also listening to us via your number, you want to listen to us via our official website, that's www.mainlandfm.com or at Mainland 98.3. Before we go over to the Champions League now, I know a lot of people definitely want to talk about that. Let's just quickly talk about the NPFL games at Johnson Arena. With Ikorodu City winning that one 1-0. We also had Benin Insurance as well as Barrow SC playing out a goalless draw, 93-0, and Warri Wolves yet again. Also heaped more mystery on defending champions. Talking about Remo Stars, what the title defense Remo Stars are having this time around.
It's just representing that card at me. You know where I'm gonna come from, and I really feel for Remo Stars, that a team that I love so much, a team that I've watched their growth. From their earlier attempt to come to the one league, I went to the continent. They learned reflection of a lot of things going wrong for Remo Stars. A lot of them, and one would expect that the fortune of the club should have picked up. They've got quality. You can't. They're selling players.
Remo Stars did this as well.
They've got stadium. It's not a delight to watch, and I wonder why. I was thinking that it was the Champions League distraction that was making them suffer. And when they came back, when they got knocked out, they had 3 outstanding matches.
Out
of those 3, they had 2 losses and a draw. At home, they've been losing. Away from home, they've been losing. Let's just leave that
very quickly, and then yes, of course, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be
hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen, every
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is still Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. We're now into the final stretch of the show. Don't forget, you can join the conversations around 36000-410. But well, a couple of interesting results we saw last day of the UEFA Champions League phase. 8 games were also completed yesterday, and we had Arsenal getting their 8th win out of 8 games, out of 8 games so far in the UEFA Champions League, with a 3-2 victory over Tᴜɪ̀ᴜ Maltibo. I think the top story of last night was Benfica getting a victory over Real Madrid. It was also a game between Master as well as Stade Bellois. And yes, of course, if you take a look at the top 8 as well, we had Arsenal, Liverpool, as well as Tottenham. Yes, 5 exactly. A lot of it, 5 English clubs rather are getting into the qualification round of, or should I say, the automatic spot of the qualification round. At Emirates Stadium, 3-2. Ajax as well lost at home to Olympiacos 2-1. Juventus, held AS Monaco in a goalless draw. We also had Athletic Clubs Bilbao also being beaten by Sporting CP 3-2. Bodo Glimt defeated Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium 2-1. We also had Barcelona coming from behind to defeat FC Copenhagen right there at Spotify Camp Nou 4-1. Bayer Leverkusen also saw off already knocked out Villarreal. We also had Benfica seen off, just like I mentioned, Real Madrid 4-2. Borussia Dortmund lost at home at the Signal Iduna Park to Inter Milan 2-0. Club Brugge also made it back-to-back pains for Marseille, and then of course it defeated Marseille 3-0. Eintracht Frankfurt lost at home to Tottenham Hotspur. As a matter of fact, Eintracht Frankfurt were already done and dusted, talking about being eliminated from Champions League as well. And then Liverpool also made light work of Karabakh FK 6, having scored from open play in 9 games. We also had Napoli right there at the Amado Maradona Stadium in the city of Naples, being beaten by Chelsea 3-2. Beautiful game from Chelsea. Joao Pedro. We'll get to talk about all of that. For Bayern Munich, they also defeated PSG Eindhoven as well to secure their 2nd spot in the league phase. We also had a beautiful game of football as well right there at the Parc des Princes Stadium between PSG up against Newcastle United, with Joe Willock scoring an equalizer to. Let's just quickly take a look very quickly at the standings from 1st down to 8th position. We have Arsenal, Bayern respectively, but very quickly, 8 wins out of 8 games for Arsenal. Does it look like we are seeing if a Champions League contender push from Arsenal this season?
Statements, season for English Premier League clubs. 6 teams in the Champions League. 5 made into the top 8. It will have been 6 out of 6 yesterday. Even though for the other results for Newcastle United, their inability to beat PSG will have also pushed them up on that table. But not give a lot of credit, especially to Tottenham Hotspur. How they've struggled in the league and they are doing well in Europe under Thomas Frank still surprises me. But again, I think talking about Arsenal, like you said, 8 out of 8. We saw Liverpool also went flawless. Champions League this season, definitely. Yes. Did they have the best transition? Yes. They scored 22 goals, considered only 4. And then
was against Karat.
Yeah, they beat teams like Atletico Madrid, beat Atletico Bilbao, beat Bayern, beat Inter Milan. These are traditional teams. Not even at San Siro. These are traditional teams that should not give you problem. How many people score 4 goals against Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid? So I think Arsenal have had clutch moments this season, and they're obviously the best team in the Champions League right now. Maybe in terms of consistency, Bayern Munich is still better. In terms of surprises, Manchester City can also pull things up. Playoffs tomorrow by 1 o'clock, then you know who you are going to meet when it comes to the knockout stages, and at that point it becomes a bit unpredictable. They beat PSG in the group stage last season. PSG beat them over 2 legs in the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly. So let's still take a look very quickly at your Carter, the standings right now from the 9th position. That's the playoffs are down to the 24th. We have the likes of Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund. We also have Galatasaray. We have Benfica.
There's going to be some big match-watching class in the round of 16.
Which of all of
because it's really difficult. The draws have not been made, and you can see. But again, the next round, the knockout phases will give us mouth-watering games. Exactly. That's one thing we are sure of. We'll have mouth-watering games because you have a lot of giants here. Yeah. Because when you look at this Real Madrid, and with 24
last season they played playoffs and they won because I remember they beat Brest over both legs 10-1 on aggregate, and then they came out to win the Champions League. And Liverpool that went flawless is that when you play the group stages, you know that if you lose one second chance, except of course the advantage of finishing it, you can lose away and then still you can win away and still lose at home.
Well, for the playoff and the second leg is going to be on the 24th and 25th of February. So let's go to pick some calls as well as allow for your participation. 093-6000-416 093-6000-4. You could also send us WhatsApp messages at 093-6000-430.
Hello.
Good evening, you're welcome.
Good evening. Why would they concede 2 goals against carriers matter what they call them? why would they
change the entire level?
Huh? They don't see how this Liverpool do the walk away job.
Liverpool.
Do the walk away job.
Loser fools. Okay,
yeah. Please.
Thank you.
This is Michael.
You're welcome,
okay. And that's your opinion.
Thank you.
Okay, you are not seeing this team that beat Atletico Madrid yesterday. That team beat Man City also.
Okay, that
beating Atletico Madrid and also beat
Manchester City.
As in on 3-6,000.
Good evening. It's not enough. I don't support that kind of pushment. They know land better. Yesterday's Napoli director, whatever, or the owner, those races. Yes, I love the way they were displaced. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's also get to read a couple of messages as well on WhatsApp. Yes, this person says, "Oh wow, quite a long read to be honest." You of things. Imagine Kaira. He said he didn't even say Kaira. He said Kaimarat. Well, let's also get to read more messages as well. This person says, "I me and the other guys in the studio. Great job you are doing. The earlier CAF stopped their undue favoritism towards Morocco. The better for African football." I got okay. Yes. I got the question right in the afternoon show, but yet to get the prize. I'm very, very sorry. I also reached out to you, Daniel.
Okay. All I just want to say is this season championship is so interesting because as at the beginning of the match yesterday, Barcelona was nowhere to be found position. So just best of luck to Barcelona. I just wish them best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wow, a couple of calls right now. But before we do that, let's also read a couple of more messages. Much appreciate that. Prince Odashe, we also have a message here as well. Our text message. It says, "Good evening to you. Apologies, we can't take any more calls at this point in time right now. But we also have games as well in the UEFA Europa League, as well as games in the yes, exactly, UEFA Europa League. I would also welcome Dynamo Zagreb. Rangers will travel away to FC Porto, FCSB. I would also welcome Turkish side Fenerbahce. We also have FK Krevnazjevs, also known as Red Star Belgrade, up against Celta Vigo. We have Yenk up against Malmo FF Goa Eagles. I would also play against SC Braga. Lille would also lock on to Freiburg with the Great Razgrad. Would also play against Nice. PAOK FC will travel away to play against Lyon. Nottingham Forest will welcome Ferencváros by 9 p.m. We also have Panathinaikos up against AS Roma by 9 p.m. Real Betis also play against AS Roma. We also have Storm Graz versus Brann and VfB Stuttgart. I would also be welcoming Young Boys. Thank you so much, guys. That also makes it. And this is your Ayokla. And then I know too the misses as well.
Lagos is
feeling exactly. Thank you so much, guys. Up next, is Way Back Waves with Roger up here. Please stick around. Don't forget to have a wonderful.